Hello and welcome to the fourth edition of ETBFSI FINNEXT Summit 2025. We are live from Bangalore and we have with us Mr. Saravanan, who is the Vice President, Cloud Engineering, Oracle India. Hello, sir, and welcome to the event.
Hi, very great to be here.
Sir, to begin the conversation, we are gathered here to talk about the transformation happening in the fintechs and specifically all the developments that are going there in the fintech space. Tell us how was your experience and what are your thoughts?
Oh, it's been great to be part of this event. At the same time, this is a very a changing environment, right? Starting from the loan origination to loan management to addressing the untapped market, and that's what fintech is all about. So it's great to see the fintechs over here and participating and sharing their views and what the challenges they face through, and also finding a solution to how they can address this part. Right? It's a good to be here, and I think thanks for ET to gathering all the people and all the right set of people. At the same time, giving them more information on how to be aligned with the regulatory scale issues, technology challenges, and other constraints, how they overcome it. Yep.
Meaningful to know. Now let's talk about some of the key aspects like privacy and data are key for the fintechs and their growth story. So how do you see the role of cloud coming into the picture and the future that you foresee for this particular segment?
Yeah. See, the data privacy is not only a challenge with fintech. It's a global challenge, and it's global tech challenges, right? So today, gone are the days where when we do a small encryption piece on a data store and then leave everything outside, and that becomes a pure vulnerable to attack, and then that's where all the things are born. Ransomware attack, vulnerability of object storage gives every data access, leakages, etc. Right? Today, every transaction or every data you store should be secured. Therefore, there should be encrypted always on. At the same time, these datas are, I would say, you need a God on duty, 24/7. It's not one time you fix it and then say forget it. That's not the case. You need 24/7 security on duty, and that's where the tools are built in to look at not only who's coming in and who's going in, but what data is coming in. Is this data type is PAI? If it's PAI, what should be taken care of it? And what is the other information is being stored along with that? Those information, how is being protected? So those are all the cloud capabilities are brought in, right? And giving you this flexible, giving this deployment pattern for the customers, for fintechs to deploy. Now, the question is, you can look at it a cloud which is bolt on or which has been adding more and more security service on top of it. So with OCI, we are bringing the security first architecture wherein every component of what I spoke about is bolt on to the overall software. So therefore, there is zero overhead and completely protected. Third, the real-time analytics or the real-time data modeling can be done much faster. That's the beauty about Oracle Cloud Infrastructure.
So you talked about a few challenges. I mean, let's go a little deep into this. If we look at the starting journey, that most of the fintechs were born in the cloud infrastructure, but now if we see with the passage of time, the scaling becomes a little challenge for them. Would you like to share that what engineering challenges that they face and what is the roadmap ahead for them?
It's a very interesting question, and I think this is more relevant to all the fintechs. See, the thing is, they start very small, addressing a small region or small territory, and start showcasing the differentiators compared to other large NBFCs or banks, because they have to fight with that, right? At the same time, once they become differentiator, they scale up in a much shorter, but scale is much larger, right? Therefore, whatever the infra, whatever the technology they adopted, it suddenly becomes bubbled. And when the bubble happens, all the security layer comes off, kind of goes off. At the same time, the scale becomes, so huge, the cost becomes the biggest element for them to look at it. And most of the, when you're born in the cloud, there are many variables like egress, like data charges, security charges. So many things are there which are not, I would say, it's a fixed cost. It's all variable cost. That's when the scale becomes so huge and they become unbearable to manage the technology cost. Therefore, they look at immediately when the scale becomes high, many of the fintechs are looking at, hey, can I find a better cloud player who can give me a predictable cost, predictable on data egress, predictable on storage and predictable on compute. At the same time, can you give the flex infrastructure? And that's where OCI became the choice for those fintechs. And today, we got many large fintechs to move the application lock, stack, barrel to OCI on these principles. And that gives them predictable cost and addresses those scale challenges. Right? That's where we are so excited about this journey and complying them on both technology, cost, and security aspect of it.
Well, thank you so much, sir, for giving your valuable time and decoding and simplifying the technical aspects of this space. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Stay tuned to ETBFSI for more updates.